Good evening. Thank you for coming to the Tuesday, October 13th, 2020 regular board meeting at the Clay Township Board. Time is 6 p.m. Mary, could you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Recognition of outstanding citizens by the Township Board or Trustee? None?
None. Hopefully in the
I have a
future.
question. I gave you a list once last year on people I thought that we could do.
Oh, yeah.
Could we go back and review?
Because I
that?
think the first one was the orchestra person.
Yes,
What's her name?
Jana.
Jana. Yeah, we can do that. You know, why don't we'll start doing it maybe next year because
Okay.
let's see what the COVID thing's going to do.
Sure.
And then, but yeah, we can pick that back up. Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Approval of the minutes from the September 22nd, 2020 special board meeting.
I so move.
Second?
Said been moved, been seconded. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose the same sign. Carried 3-0. Public hearing. Additional appropriation from the general fund 0101 for $200,000.
That is, I'll get to here in a second. Okay, yeah. I've, out of the general fund, I've requested another $200,000. As you can see, I've got it broken out for some part-time people. I've added somebody actually over for the a museum over there that has gone through and not audited, but went through and written down every book we have over there. And if you haven't seen that, it's quite amazing. But anyway, I've hired somebody to do that part-time, a college kid to do that in the summertime. And then he'll come back in December to do it. Plus, got another person in here that helps with the projects that will help file a lot of our paperwork. As you know, we have a lot of that. Then, of course, stationery and office supplies. We've done some work in our office that we need to pay for. The rest of them are kind of self-explanatory, from Lego services, accounting services. Duke is running crazy. The cemetery, weed control, complex building, which is a kind of a miscellaneous for a lot of other things we do on the complex here. I've added COVID-19, the 10,000 that because we went out and purchased some hand sanitizers. We have it in here for everybody that comes in the building. We have masks for anybody that comes in the building. If they need gloves, they got gloves. So that kind of covers that. And then we have then category 4 of the general fund, we got some computer software and office equipment that we purchased. So basically that totals about $200,000, and it's all from the general fund. And the general fund is doing exceptionally well. At this time right now, we have over $700,000 still in the general fund. And here we are at the end of the year, and usually at this time, we're really hurting bad, but we have sufficient fund, and then if you approve this, we'll have about a little over $400,000 that is, that's been appropriated. So we still, like I say, we have over $700,000 still in there. And I'm not saying we're going to spend all of this, but I'm trying to get it all out of the way before the end of the year, which will be fine.
So, Mr. Chairman, just clarification, did you open the hearing at 6:03, or are you about to open it now?
I need to open it. I just announced that we're having it, and Doug explained it to us. So this time, I'd like to open the hearing, public hearing for additional appropriation of general funds 0101 for $200,000 at 6:06. Seeing nobody discuss it, close the hearing at 6:07. Action items, adoption of 2021 salaries.
So moved.
Second.
been moved, been seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Passed 3-0. Adoption of the 2021 budget.
I so moved.
I second.
Been moved, been seconded. Discussion?
Excuse me, just 1 second. I just want to make sure for the viewers at home that our budget is a total of $10,804,464. I just want to make sure that's in the minutes, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Been moved, been seconded, no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Passed 3-0. Item 3, a resolution of 2020-10-13-01, additional appropriation in the general fund 0101 in the amount of $200,000. Have a motion to approve it.
I so move.
Been moved, have a second?
I second.
And second, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, the same sign. Carried 3-0. Information items. Matt, you have the floor.
All right, well, we had the groundbreaking on the Carmel Clay Building today. I thought it went very well. Very excited for that project. Cary Grove is moving right along. Flowing Well has hit a screeching halt for permitting issues. We actually sent an email to the chief legal counsel at DNR today. IDEM, we got clearance from, just waiting on DNR. Hopefully we can get that up-started again. They've already, the bathroom construction and the parking lot work is moving as proceeded, but the work in the creek, which was the point of the project, to stabilize the banks, because we were losing the banks, has not been started yet. So that project is gonna take longer. Should not have an impact on budget, it's just gonna take longer. Cox Hall Gardens should be wrapped up this year, and we look forward to hearing about when a ribbon cutting ceremony for that is. I'm sure that'll be a nice end-of-year party that we would all like to attend.
This year?
Uh-huh. Yep. That project, credit to Myers Construction Management and the design firm, which I'll think of in a minute, but they've done a fantastic job moving that along, and thanks to CTI, Kripe Engineering for designing it, and Myers Construction Management for building it, and then Dave Ford and CTI for making sure everything stayed on budget. We did run into an issue early on in the project that could have really derailed it, and they all came to terms, and we had a very friendly structural engineer do some pro bono work for us, local in Carmel, that made moving forward possible. So Steve Osborne at CE Solutions, we'll give him some thanks. He's a local structural engineer that they did not charge us for his time to help find a solution to an issue.
Good.
111th Street corridor, I believe all the pavement is down on both roundabouts for the internal roundabout and 111th and Parks entrance, 111th and Lexington roundabout. We are change ordering in, which will, and it'll have a net cost, a net zero cost, but we're doing the internal roundabout there and the parking lot, but then there's that second roundabout where the kids get dropped off at the pool. That was not included, so we're gonna go ahead and include, not doing anything to the roundabout, but just repaving it, just so it all is one, it's all been painted black consistently, and it just will look like a cleaner finished project. Schedule for 111th College is still a little bit up in the air due to utility issues. I really have no update on that at this time. The city is working on still getting some permitting, working out a few kinks on demoing the buildings for the cultural gardens, But we're a little delayed on that, but not much. Probably instead of starting in November, it'll probably be January when they start taking down the buildings. And trying to work it out where the building and the pond digging are happening kind of at the same time. I think there'll be some economy of scale there, some value there. And possibly doing Gradle South on the Monon at the same time, and then doing the Gradle North on the Monon in a different letting. Because it'll be two distinct contractors that bid on those projects, so kind of makes sense to make Gradle the break point.
Dad's Club open.
Oh, yeah. I was not able to make it, but Dad's Club had their groundbreaking. I think, Paul, you were there, and as far as I know, that went well. Dirt's moving on that. Hopefully, they can get in there by the end of next year. That's a
That'd be
little optimistic, but I'm confident that
Jack Berry brought it up to Dave Ford about that. Put him on the spot.
well,
I signed off on the flooring, the turf.
who did?
I did. They already sent me the stuff to sign off on it.
All right.
So,
That seems a little premature when there's not a building yet.
I know.
I don't, we had hopes of starting Meadowlark Park yet this fall. Even if it goes to bid, it probably won't start till spring. River Heritage won't start till next year, and Inlow won't start till next year.
Are we looking at getting those done, or are they going to carry 2022?
They will go into I don't want to commit to that yet. I'm not sure. I'd like to think, I always like to think the best. Station 41, they are still in programming, but very confident with our funds, they're going to be able to go to the dormitory-style rooms.
That's great.
Brand-new kitchen, brand-new weight room, really improve the living conditions at Station 41. The ancillary fire projects, the mission there has changed a little bit because the fire department had a little extra money last year, so they did some of the work. So instead of a lot of concrete, there's a little bit of concrete. The critical path for the chief is he wants, if we need to spend some money there, he really wants fire sprinklers in 46 and 42. And that does not, to me, seem like an unrealistic request since they paid for what we were gonna pay for, and the fire sprinklers is, they should be setting the example, not be the exception, in my opinion. So I don't think there's any board action that's needed, it's just a change of scope on that, but I believe I'm out of projects. Historical Society.
Oh, yeah.
In design, programming, nothing set in stone yet. Pedestrian bridge, programming, design, and the design engineers on those should get contracts probably in the next month to 6 weeks. Didn't miss anything.
The new fire truck came in.
The new fire truck came in. I would love to see that. Where is it being housed?
Right
All
next-
right.
That's 345, isn't it? They came to the grocery store last week, or the week before, and I just went over and hugged all the guys. They were so thrilled with the truck.
Those, it's interesting, the chief told us that Indianapolis has one of those, and we have two.
Guess who gets the call?
Yeah, right.
Well, thank you, Matt. Financial questions from the board?
I don't have any.
I have none this time. Board comments, Mary?
Well, I certainly want to thank you, Matt. You've kind of taken the hint, kind of gets to be able to see him, for all that you've done on this. It's really impressive. I know we've been in the background helping, but someone had to take the lead, and you did it beautifully. And we thank everybody else who's been involved, because it's exciting. It's great. We're delighted. So congratulations to all the people that were there helping, and a big thank you to you. And to you, you've worked hard on that. And, oh, Debbie, I'm sure you have too. But we're very appreciative, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary, that's very kind. And I want to reiterate what I was put on the spot today, thanks Doug. The process for the Carmel Clay building was, I've done construction projects my whole life, a lot bigger than this building, but I've never been on such an emotional roller coaster before. From very raised voices in meetings to tears being shed. It's been a very emotional process for the fire department, for myself personally. It's been a very huge measure of growth over the last 4 years, and I think you guys have seen that in me a little bit. I mean, just the naivety I was at to the reality we're at now. Could not be more proud of the support you guys have gotten and our fire department. It just, even when we disagree, it shows me every minute of the day we have the best fire department in this damn country, and I couldn't be more appreciative of them.
It's great.
Thank you, Matt. My comments are, I went to the Dad's Club, groundbreaking, very nice. Went to the one today. Matt, super job. I mean, you got a lot on your plate, and you're doing a lot there, and I appreciate everything you're doing, Matt. Mary, your support on all this has been helpful. But Doug, I got a question. It seems like we're getting invitations either late or not receiving them for some of the groundbreakings, and since we're the guys that are writing the checks, I think our name should be one of the first ones that they submit those invitations to. Is there a way we can follow up? I mean, the groundbreaking is one of those things that it's our options to show up or not show up. The ribbon cuttings are probably the more important things. But, if the groundbreaking, if we're writing the checks, we should at least be notified about that so we know what's going on.
Oh, I agree, and that's why I talked to Dave Ford last week. I talked to John Ogle from Ogle Design, which is doing all the marketing and stuff, and I told him about that this morning. We had a long discussion. So I just want you guys to know that you're going to be getting a lot of emails, and I told him that, he says, you want it Monday or Friday? I said, John, I don't care when you send it. Just send it to make sure the board gets it, and of course I get it, so they have a heads up, and they got some time to decide on whether they can make it or not. If you make it, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. But you're right. You guys need to be notified, and John is going to be one that was going to be very helpful. Also, I talked to Alan Potasnik today. We added, remember the brochure, Mary, that you gave me, and Ogle Design did it? Mm-hmm. That had been added to our website, so you can tell people to go to our website under services, and that's on there so they can keep track of what projects are going on. But I've talked to Nancy Hack. Nancy Hack knows that when any type of press release goes out or something on these projects or whatever it may be, we want to know. Overload us with stuff. That's better off than not knowing it all. So
I'd like to know, when are the signs going up everywhere? I drove around with Barry last week. We went to 5 places and one had a sign. And I think that impact sign should be everywhere. Because
they
it's
are
just
working
really
on that. And I talk
important.
again,
Cherry
John.
Grove has it, Fullingwell has it, Cox Hall has it.
I've seen several of them around.
Yeah, see, they weren't up when we.
John Ogle told me this morning that they are working on getting it everywhere. Okay? They are working on
They
that.
want the community talking about it, because there's a lot of money being spent to make it better for them.
And the design, John came up with that design, the round circle, for the impact, Clay Township impact.
Well,
he
really, Mary refined that, just to give Mary her credit.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Well, Mary, you and John came up with this, and he kind of explained why you came up with that, and the circle with Clay Township, and all that good stuff. So
It takes a woman's touch.
Oh, okay. So we're trying to get this out there to the people so they'll automatically know that's a Clay Township thing, and that you guys get credit for all this. I mean, so
we all take
this
credit
past
for it.
week, for what happened there at Badger Fieldhouse, and you not knowing about it, we have it was more the fire's truck that was you guys never got the message. But and a matter of fact, I will tell you, I was very upset with all 3 of you the day I was here, and I'm thinking, my board's not even here. And then I find out later that you never got the message. So that was one thing. I talked to Nancy Heck, I've talked to John Ogle, I've talked to Dave Ford. So let me tell you something. You should be getting overloaded with this stuff because it is important that you guys are there and involved.
Well, I want to just follow up on Paul. The groundbreakings, I get. A lot of times it's dictated by construction schedule. Contractor wants to get out there, boom, you got to do it. So those can be set as long as we're made aware, and whether we make it or not, that's one thing. Ribbon cuttings, I believe, need to be scheduled around our schedules. So when
Well,
we go
and
to-
that was another meeting this morning. I said, John, I've got to make sure the ribbon cuttings are extremely important.
'Cause those are
not
when
only
the whole
for my
community's
board,
invited,
not
not
only the
just the
board, but the
select group.
public.
Yes.
We have to give them plenty of notice.
Yes.
And he works with Curran and Carmel and the media, and I said, Nancy Hack, and I said, that's what we need.
And I
we're
think,
going to start meeting too.
Well, and John's got a budget, and he's got a reimbursable budget. So if we want to run, if we're going to have a ribbon cutting, he's got the budget or the authority to be reimbursed to run an ad in the Current to say, ribbon cutting for X project, public is welcome on this date. And I think that's money well spent to inform the public that there's a new capital expenditure that's opening up in Carmel.
That's right. No, I totally agree. I totally agree. So anyway, Mr. President, that's something that ever since last week we had this issue, that has been a top thing in my office, that we get this all taken care of. I mean,
The chief
because
called
it is, you guys do need to know about it. You need to be there if you can.
Apologize.
Pardon me?
I said the chief called and apologized.
Did he? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, apparently what happened from there, did he tell you, explain what happened? Is they apparently have a new software or something, and when they put
what he
in
said.
the
So talk to
township
me about
board's
the computer.
emails, the second portion of it didn't show up, so that's why you didn't get it.
That's what he told me.
Yeah, you couldn't believe it or not.
And the last thing I had was the email that the chief sent out last week on the safe, baby safe box down at Decatur that works so well and stuff. We've paid for one over here. What a great concept, what a great thing to have, and I think that's really, it was nice that he sent that to us so we know about how it works and stuff.
Well, thank you.
I think my heart stopped. when I
Cute little
heard that
kid,
there
isn't he?
was a baby in there. I mean, that
It was
just,
cute.
Yeah.
it just, you think of that little life, and there it is in a box. But what a wonderful place to be and be safe.
Absolutely,
Really,
absolutely,
it's
so.
wonderful.
Announcements.
Yes, news flash. Well, kind of. Trico is moving out. They've just about got their building done over there in Boone County. They are wanting to move out totally by November the 2nd. What we're going to do is, since they're going to be working on the fire headquarters, the administrative offices is going to move in down here.
It saves us quite a bit of money
Money
in having
by
to
doing
rent
that.
trailers and.
We're moving down there?
No, the fire department's administrative offices
Oh,
at
I'm
headquarters
sorry,
is
right,
going to move
okay.
down here and spend the next year with us.
Oh, all right.
And I'll work out a plan as far as paying for utilities and stuff like we've got already over the fire department. So, but I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. So if you come in to vote, they probably will be gone by then.
You gonna allow voting in here? Okay.
Yeah, they have about 3, and they do a pretty good job of separating everybody, so. But that's it, Mr. President, I'm done.
Next meeting?
The next meeting, do I have it here? Yes, November 24th, let's nix that one and go December 8th, unless Matt, you or something on the projects comes up.
Say that date again, I'm sorry.
December the 8th. We have one scheduled for November 24th, but I
It's
think
too
that's
close to
Thanksgiving myself. I
Could
think
happen.
it's not? Okay, well, anyway, I don't plan on having November 24th. I got it down here, but unless something would come up with one of these projects or something happens, the next one will be December 8th, 6
All right.
PM.
And
Okay.
then this is more a question or a statement, I suppose, for you and Debbie, because I know there's some statutory things for January with our new end. I am going to be out of commission from January the 6th until January the 18th.
All right. So you missed the first one. The second one, you'll be fine. The first one, you'll probably be. Because it's the first Tuesday after the first month.
Well, if you're gonna,
What is the first Tuesday after the first Monday? If you
12th.
make-
First
Okay, the 12th?
Tuesday after the first Monday's the 5th.
oh, first Tuesday, yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe you'll be able to be here.
That would
for
be
that, okay?
fantastic. Or if we could
Yeah,
just
it's
plan
first-
on that.
First Tuesday. That's the organizational meeting. And then we probably won't have the other one until the end of January or first of February.
Did you say the 5th was the meeting date?
Yeah, that's a
No, is that
Tuesday,
what
the
you
first
said? Okay,
Tuesday?
thank you.
The first Tuesday after the first Monday will be the 5th of January.
Okay.
Yes. Perfect.
Have a motion for adjournment.
I so move.
I second.
It's moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose the same sign. Meeting adjourned at 6:29.